Well, after a bit of a delay, the long-awaited first DLC expansion for Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes is finally here, the Chapter of Marisa. If you're a fan of this channel, it's no secret that I was a die-hard fan of 100 Heroes, awarding it our golden genie lamp of approval. And having collected every character in the game and clocked nearly 70 hours of playtime, yeah, I think you could definitely say I'm a fan. So you didn't need to twist my arm to get me to jump back in for more. But does the Chapter of Marisa deliver the same great JRPG goodness we've come to expect from this series, or does it end up like poor Gremio after failing to gather the 108 Stars of Destiny? Well, let's find out. Real quick, become a Star of Destiny yourself and support independent content at patreon.com/idreamofindiegames, where you can gain Discord access to the greatest indie gaming community, early ad-free shows, shoutouts at the end of every video we produce, a podcast 3 days early, and so much more. Your new indie gaming community is waiting for you. The Chapter of Marisa DLC acts as a prequel to the larger 100 Heroes story, giving us an insightful look at Marisa and the unique bond she forms with several companions from the base game. Journey through the enchanting Great Woods and dive into the perilous depths of the dungeon-like outer corridors of the Rune Barrows as you work to rescue Lilwyn from the clutches of the masked villain Gashoster. To achieve this, you'll need to team up with Lean, Nil, and a few other familiar faces on a brand new, roughly 2-hour adventure that has the same heart, charm, and combat mechanics of the main game. Accessing the DLC content is a straightforward affair, assuming you made it close to the end game of the original 100 Heroes, a rather steep requirement, considering that's a solid 45-50 hours of gameplay. So it goes without saying, play the game first. Trust me, you'll want to anyway. Once you've done that, simply load up a save and head to Marisa's room, located on the 3rd floor of your castle. Then it's as simple as tapping a yellow exclamation point in her room to trigger the story event, which can also be exited at specific times throughout via red exclamation points. The story here is short but sweet. Admittedly, Marisa wasn't a favorite of mine in 100 Heroes, but in this DLC we see a different side of her. More notably, other characters are fleshed out, especially Lean, whom I didn't get much of an opportunity to bond with in my main playthrough. Her bouncy, charismatic personality truly carries this DLC pack, though most of the characters remain as infectious and likable as ever. It's charming, fun, and exactly what you would expect. Brief yet delightful. To be frank, there's just not a lot of content here though, which is a bit of a letdown for a DLC pack that was a long time coming. The first 40 minutes or so will be spent simply wandering around triggering story segments, with the main attraction being the twisty corridors of the outer Rune Barrows. You'll encounter just a small handful of new foes in this DLC as you navigate different paths, collecting blue orbs that unlock gateways forward. The combat remains the same as ever, and you'll keep your earned levels from your previous gameplay. This means that if you overpowered characters such as Lean, this is going to be a complete cakewalk. I found that the challenge remained a balance for me, considering I'm only around level 60 myself, and I didn't use Lean very much. Enemies still pack a decent punch, and the final boss of this DLC offers an entertaining and solid fight. It's a fun little distraction overall that will ultimately leave fans of Eiyuden Chronicle eager for more, which they'll get through 2 additional story packs over the next few months. So despite its brevity, I really enjoyed my time revisiting the world of Eiyuden Chronicle. Hardcore fans only need apply, but there's some great story development here, fun dialogue between characters, and the same great combat we've come to know and love. I just wish we got a bit more here, as the story bits included are quite lovely, but certainly not essential to the overall narrative. You won't find any new musical compositions or much new at all from a gameplay standpoint, but this serves as comfort food for those who still hunger for more, which, well, I definitely fall into that category. I'm not gonna slap a score on this one just cause, well, honestly, it feels kinda a weird thing to score, but if you love the Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes as much as I did and wanna squeeze every last drop out of it, grab this DLC. It's certainly worth the playthrough and won't take all that much of your time. Fans might be a little bit let down by its length, but that isn't cause to dismiss it either. If you've played the game more casually or haven't yet finished the main game, then this content can certainly wait. So not essential by any means, but an entertaining new chapter. Alright everybody, voice to the voiceless, and I will see you on the channel for more great indie gaming content. For far too long, you, the gamer, have been denied honest gaming coverage. Indie developers and publishers have lost their voice, but no longer. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and head over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames to join this epic campaign for indie visibility. The echo chamber trembles as our message grows louder. Voice to the voiceless.